This is Lorenzo, and this is the Training Design Taxonomy video series, lesson number 2. It's on our program elements. If we want to design an exercise program, the best place to start is number 1, is to first identify which goals are most important for us. There are 30 universal measurable goals for us to choose from. Second, we then want to match the right exercises and routines to those goals. And then finally, once we know which routines we're going to do, we want to know which day of the week we plan on doing them in a way that fits our schedule. These are the 3 elements of universal exercise program design. Let's take a closer look at each of them now. So for our first program element, we have benchmark goals, which we define in the following way. They are 30 universal, measurable, dimension specific, multimodal, mobility, stability, and power-based performance targets. For us, universal means realistic, age agnostic, and sex matched. What does that mean? It means that regardless of who you are and how old you are, male, female, that if you put in the time, that you will achieve that goal no matter what. So it should be realistic. The reason I say age agnostic is because whether you are 20 years old or 60 years old, that the goal should be the same. Yes, if you're younger, it may be very easy. And if you're older, it may be a little bit harder. But we're looking for a benchmark standard that you can think about and focus on for the rest of your life. The best way to think about goals, therefore, is as a minimum standard that you hold yourself to, that once you've achieved it, you never want to fall below no matter what. Also, a true benchmark goal will be measurable, either in terms of time, position, or load. Next, we want to make sure that our goals are balanced. We want to have fitness goals that target the lower body, core, as well as the upper body. So in other words, they need to be dimension specific. Also, we want to take a multimodal approach to our exercise goal selection. In other words, we want to ensure that we are taking a balanced cardiovascular, body weight, and weightlifting approach to our training. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, we want to make sure that our exercise goals actually help us develop all 5 of the body's physical skills. And as a quick reminder of the body's 5 physical skills, we have mobility, which is a function of flexibility and strength. We have stability, which is a function of mobility with another element, control. Power, we can break down into 3 sub-skills. Number 3, strength. Number 4, speed. And number 5, if we add a timing component to strength and speed, we have endurance. These are the body's 5 physical skills. We can then classify all 30 benchmark goals according to these skills. You'll see there are 4 mobility goals to strive for, 7 stability goals. For strength, we have gymnastics strength. There will be 10. We've got weightlifting strength, 3. We have 3 speed goals, and finally 3 endurance goals. Moving on to our second program element. Once we have selected the goals that we want to focus on most, or that we care about most, we then want to match the right routine and exercises to those goals. As you'll see, there are 16 universal, dimension-specific routines that can be performed either alone, we call those split body routines, or in combination, or total body routines. Again, when I say universal, this means it will be realistic and is age agnostic and sex matched. So whether you are young, old, male, or female, everyone should be able to do these routines. Each routine is dimension specific, meaning it's going to focus either on lower body or core or upper body dimensions. In total, there are 5 lower body routines, 4 core routines, and 7 upper body routines. As we saw in the Training Routines Taxonomy video series, each routine is made up of 5 exercises and focuses on either lower body, core, or upper body, and lasts 30 minutes per routine. A split body routine is a standalone routine. However, it only focuses on either hips, core, or upper body. A total body routine, therefore, is when you combine a lower body or core routine with an upper body pull or press routine. Moving on to the third program element. Once we've decided which goals we are going to focus on, which routines will match and help us achieve those goals, we then will finally create a schedule whereby we will identify which routines to do on which day in a way that suits our lifestyle. In other words, our training schedule is the last step we take to ensure that we are on a balanced and integrated home or gym-based training schedule that will ensure that we don't only achieve but maintain the goals that are most important to us. So in summary, our 3 program elements is the process by which we select the goals that are most meaningful to us, where we select the routines and exercises that will match or guarantee the expression and achievement of those goals, and finally, where we create a weekly schedule that allows us to implement our split or total body routines in the way that fits our needs.